And so it's not only that. Then I look at the vendors, and you know what? I do have to give vendors a hard time. All right. Look, for the most part, we're almost taking advantage of the fact, or a lot of vendors are taking advantage of the fact that the dealers, the general dealer body out there are not educated enough on best practices. So, I mean, there are vendors out there that are presenting strategies, utilizing keyword efforts that are easily 5, 10, 15-year old strategies that still are not, they're not relevant today, but they're able to just, I don't know, spit shine on it and show it off as some shiny product when it's really nothing new at all.
I think that job's tough too, for especially if we're just talking SEM, right? The margin is minuscule. And so, Google is really the one making out on that deal, where if you want to make any money selling SEM to car dealers, it's a volume play.
Well, it's a volume play for a lot of people that don't appreciate creative. See, like for myself as an agency, we're more of a creative shop than we are a digital marketing agency.
You got to get people that are willing to pay for that, right?
That's the kicker. But I'm finding there's more and more of me type companies that are popping up everywhere. So I do see kind of a push in that direction.
Totally agree with you, and I think my advice to a dealer would be, okay, you're spending $10,000 on SEM a month on average. Spend $5,000 on a great creative agency and be willing to write them the check for their time and expertise. And then spend the other half on your actual media. Part of the problem in this whole thing is you've got these cost plus models where there's an incentive built in to have the budget be as high as possible. So if you as an agency, if your model is pay me $500 a month just to have the benefit of my time, and then whatever advertising you do, great. Those models are better, I think, but a lot of times they're not even approved at the OEM level to do.
Well, see that's a big problem right there, right? So like we're a flat rate. We call it flat rate, right? Yep. If you want to spend $500 on the campaign, you want to spend $15,000 on the campaign. Look, at the end of the day, my workload don't change. I'm going to make the same damn amount of creative, the same amount of landing pages. It does not change my workload at all. And this is one thing that bugged the shit out of me when I was a dealer principal. And it was just like, I remember I had this great campaign on a Mitsubishi Outlander. It worked out really well with this company. I was like, this was good. I felt good about this, okay? I think I'd spent maybe a couple grand with them. Next month, I was like, I want to spend $5,000. I want to keep going with this. I feel good momentum. We're getting good translation to the dealership. I like what I see online. Like, it's cool. Let's keep doing this, right? And it sucks at that point in time. I was so busy in operations, I couldn't even do my own marketing. But then I got a bill that was just that much more higher. And it was like, because it was a percentage of my spend, I said, you know what? I'm not going to get angry with this, but I am going to make the phone call. And very politely, very professionally asked, okay, I understand that I got charged more for this. I just need to know real quick, for the difference between here and here, what additional work did you guys do for that amount of money? Nothing. Right. No one could give me a bloody answer at all what actually got put into additional work for the additional amount of money. So,
I mean, that's a reasonable business model, right? If everybody goes into it saying, hey, this is a percentage of spend, the problem is that it puts the incentive in the wrong place.
100%, because now my goal is for you to spend more money.
Agencies that I end up in a situation a lot where I've been hired to audit the spend or, be the ROI guy. And then now there's an agency involved. And they, of course, don't like to be questioned or put on the hot seat. Or I get that dynamic, but fundamental to that is they have to keep the spend at a particular level in order to keep the doors of their business open. And so when your primary incentive is get the client to spend as much money as possible, regardless of whether it's actually working for them, that's a problem.
It is a fundamental problem. I totally agree.
That's, if I had to pick one thing to say, like, this is the problem in the SEM area of our industry, that's it. Almost all the incentives are based on a spend level rather than anything resembling actual business results.